Every year, C-SPAN hosts our StudentCam contest, a video competition for middle and high school students. This year's competition focused on sending a message to President Obama about what is the most important issue for him to address. Here's a short clip of one of our third prize winners and an interview.
Our education system is in crisis. Parents, students, teachers, administrators, and politicians are worried about how they're going to fix our failing schools.
Let's set high standards for our schools and give them the resources they need to succeed. Let's recruit a new army of teachers and give them better pay and more support in exchange for more accountability.
President Obama, now that we've elected you, please make sure that our students do not get left behind.
Look, I think that the slogan, "No Child Left Behind," is a good one, because I don't think we can afford to leave any children behind. But as implemented, the program has not delivered.
Joining us today is Noah Gray, a third prize winner from Pinecrest, Florida. Good morning, Noah.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you. Why is public funding for education the most urgent issue for President Obama to address?
Well, since President Obama has been elected and campaigning for the presidency, we've heard about the future of this country and what type of change are we going to have with our future, and how are we going to have a successful future if they're not properly educated? And in order to give our youth of this country a proper education, we're going to need significant federal significant funding, and federal funding would certainly aid in that.
How did you conduct research for this documentary?
Well, wow, how did I conduct research? I was fortunate enough to work with a couple board members here in Dade County, and also using the internet. I'd say that was my main source of information, but you have to make sure that you get good facts, and it was a little bit difficult as far as how much each state spends per student. So it was a little bit tricky because there's some conflicting some information, but I was able to work around it.
Describe the relationship between education and the economy that you discussed in this documentary.
Well, right now our economy obviously isn't so good, and as soon as President Obama has been in office, he's been trying to make that a little bit better, but they sort of tie together, because if you don't have a proper education, all of these kids coming out of high school, they're not going to be trained to go to the job force, and they're not going to be able to have jobs. So, I mean, education and the economy are very closely intertwined.
Who did you interview for this project?
I was able to interview some teachers here at Miami Palmetto Senior High School, Dr. Larry Feldman, who's a board member for our school. I was able to interview the governor of Florida, Charlie Crist, and also the head of the America's Teachers Union.
What did you learn from your interview with Governor Crist?
Governor Crist was a pleasure to speak with. I was able to see where his mindset was as far as funding for education on the state side.
How are budget cuts affecting schools in Florida?
Wow, I'm very fortunate to not see tremendous budget cuts right here in my school. We have had to get rid of some programs in the district, get rid of some teachers, assistant principals. I mean, there are kids that have to bring toilet paper to school. Teachers here are giving out extra credit just to bring in basic supplies like soap, hand sanitizer, paper towels. I mean, and it's not just that. We're cutting people and we're cutting programs as well. It's very unfortunate.
How much do residents in your community support local schools?
Well, a lot of the residents here may not have children in the public schools, and actually a while back they passed Amendment 1 down here, which sort of took some money from education and gave them more money with their portability and some more leeway there. But I think that especially those with children in the public schools are obviously standing up for their children, and I have met some people who do not have any children in the public schools, but they still know that we have to educate the youth of America.
What was the most surprising fact that you learned while doing this project?
The most surprising fact, I would have to say, is that when doing my research, I found that per year we spend $390,000 to send one U.S. troop to Iraq to fight for 1 year. Now, the maximum money we spend per student per year to send them to school is approximately $20,000. So we're spending more fighting a war and also imprisoning our nation's prisoners than educating the youth of America, which I think should sort of be a little bit different.
Thank you, Noah.
Thanks so much, Rebecca.
You can watch Noah Gray's video and other StudentCam 2009 winning videos at www.studentcam.org.